Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. As many of you know, and some may have not known, I've been down for a minute, just getting out of the hospital, but some news came to me that the spirit hit me to do a broadcast on a friend of mine whom I've known since elementary school. We stayed on the same street, Malmedy, in South Park, Houston, Texas. And I just wanted everyone to know, well, basically I just wanted to share something about this individual that many of you may not have known. He was a giant, and that I'm talking about, he passed. I got the call yesterday about him passing, and it kind of made me say, wow, I'm coming out of the hospital. See, when you laid up and you can't move around, you reflect on a lot of things. You reflect on your life. You go back in time and you pull out some of the good memories you had in life. You pull out some of the things that you wish you could take back or do over. It's just almost like a one-on-one with yourself, right? And so when I got the news, I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that in my mind I wanted to tell this brother, but we just never got, the opportunity just never came around. Let's put it like that. So now me understanding death, I'm understanding energy and spiritual energy, meaning that soul, that inner person, that spirit doesn't go anywhere. The flesh may go, but that electricity that's housed by the body is still prevalent. So I just wanted to so I guess I could say I feel compelled to let people know certain things that stand out in my mind about this brother when I say he's a strong brother. When I say a strong, I mean a strong young brother. Let's put it like this. Now, he was a couple of years older than I was, and that's Greg Peacock. And I would see him coming around the corner, passing by my house, headed to his house. He'd be carrying just a frame of a bicycle, just a frame. And I remember he'd go to his house. He came back down to my house, asked my father if some tool he needed or whatever. My father gave him the tool. And an hour later, he's riding a bike that he built. And that was the first time I've seen that. I'm probably in the 4th or 5th grade. This brother probably was in the 6th or the 7th, but he created himself transportation. And then he learned how to, and a nice bike. And he learned that bike. We would set up bicycle ramps on the street. He say, sit there, move it back, move it further apart. I'm going to make this jump, right? And we like, come on, man. Dude, he'd go at the end of the street, come down fast, moving on that bike. He'd hit that ramp. I'm talking about, dude, he was high in the air. We looking, he laying on his back wheel on a wheelie and ride that wheelie the rest of the way at the end of the street. I'm like, the first person I ever seen that. Before it was on television, before, they were showing these BMX bicycle races and tricks that you see today. This brother was doing this back in the early 80s. I also remember one time I saw this brother on that bike with a wagon of some sort pulling the frame of a mini bike. Then he come back by my house with a lawnmower. And I'm like, we tripping, we looking at him. He be quiet. I guess he had his own workshop, I guess, at his house. And before the sun went down, we heard a motor coming down the street, like a go-kart motor or whatnot. And we peek out, look down the street. Here come Greg Peacock on a mini bike that he instructed. And my father was outside, and he said, I said, Dad, look, he just made that. He said, he made that? I'm like, yeah. He said, that's what you call engineering. Let me remind you, this is junior high school. And in junior high school, they wasn't teaching on how to create a motor to make a mini bike run with just a frame. He had to envision this in his mind. You understand what I'm saying? This was at a time where there was no YouTube where you can just Google or type in how to construct a mini bike with just a frame. He even created, I think he had a bicycle seat on the mini bike that he created to sit and ride on his bike. This dude was the first person engineering on our block and basically in that vicinity that we knew. He was constructing what he visualized, what he wanted, created it, and was gone. We couldn't do it. I definitely couldn't do it. You know what I mean? But when I hear people, when I hear people talk about the can-do spirit, I learned that from Greg Peacock. The can-do spirit, that it can be done, man. You know what I mean? It can be done. All of us who parents may have bought a bicycle, but when you build you a bicycle from scratch, that's something different. That's engineering. That's using that mind power. That's creating something. That's confidence, But he was ahead of his time. And we didn't know how to respect a mind like that. But it always stuck with me throughout my life, because when people tell me I can't do something or it can't be done, in my mind, I'm like, y'all just don't know a brother named Greg Peacock. I seen this brother build his own bike and build a mini bike, made it go. Put gasoline in it and he was riding. I mean, with speed. It wasn't no slow mini bike. You know what I mean? This mini bike was zooming up and down Malmedy. So I just wanted to share that because rarely at a young age do you get to see minds like that in today's time, where the youth are orchestrating their desires just from the thoughts of their mind and visualize how it should be. And he constructed it. He built it. And the proof, and we looking at this thing, Now I've seen over the years, I've seen over the years people build just regular bicycles. But this dude knew how to break linking chains on the bike, put the chain back together. I mean, younger. We learned how to do that by watching this brother. So I just wanted to share that on the passing of Greg Peacock, but still want everybody to know that there is no permanent debt. Debt is like is when that fleshly body that house your spirit, when it's gone, you won't see that fleshly body anymore. But it's like electricity. It's like light bulb goes out, and I like to use this example, and I got this example from Brother Farrakhan. But when the light bulb goes out, that electricity is still there. You don't see the electricity, but if you screw a light bulb back in the socket, the light bulb is back on again. Now you got light, but the electricity is still there, and it lays dormant. That electricity still moves around in a unknown universe, or what you call dark matter, or you can even say atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons. But that spirit is similar to electricity. You don't see the electricity, but you know it's there. So but please forgive me, but I had to say something about Brother Greg Peacock, even though I'm under the weather right now. They got me medicated up, but I had to fight through the medication to just share a few thoughts about a good brother, but one who was misunderstood. And I felt like it was in my place to say things regarding this good brother that I've witnessed with my own eyes, just so people don't get the wrong impression. Great mind. I mean, the brother had a great mind. He could look at something and figure it out on the spot. Verbal Pick Radio, we're out.